Good morning students. In this video we are going to learn Unit 9 topic Universe, subtopic International Space Station. Learning objectives: know about International Space Station and its benefits. Let us revise previous class portion. Orbital velocity. What is called orbital velocity? The horizontal velocity that has to be imparted to a satellite at the determined height so that it makes a circular orbit around the planet is called orbital velocity. The horizontal velocity that has to be imparted to a satellite at the determined height so that it makes a circular orbit around the planet is called orbital velocity. This orbital velocity of the satellite only depends upon the altitude above the earth. If the object is very close to the earth, the faster is the required orbital velocity. At an altitude of 200 kilometers, the required orbital velocity is little more than 27,400 kilo per hour. Orbital velocity can be calculated using the formula V is equal to square root of gm by r plus h, where capital G is gravitational constant. The value for gravitational constant is 6.673 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter squared kg minus 2. What is the value for gravitational constant? 6.673 into 10 power minus 11 Newton meter squared kg minus 2. And m is the mass of the earth. The value for mass of the earth is 5.972 into 10 power 24 kg. R is the radius of the earth. The value for radius of the earth is 6,371 kilometer. And h is the height of the satellite from the surface of the earth. So what is the formula for orbital velocity? V is equal to square root of gm by r plus h. Microgravity. What is called microgravity? Microgravity is the condition in which people or objects appear to be weightless. People or objects appear to be weightless. This effect of microgravity can be seen when astronauts and objects float in space. Time period of a satellite. What is called time period of a satellite? The time taken by a satellite to complete one revolution around the earth is called time period. Time taken by a satellite to complete one revolution around the earth is called time period. Time period T is equal to distance covered by orbital velocity. What is the formula for time period? T is equal to 2 pi r plus h by square root of gm by r plus h. Keplers Laws. First law. The first law is also called as the law of ellipses. First law is also called as the law of ellipses. So the Kepler's first law states that all planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits with the sun at one of their foci. So the planets revolve around the sun in elliptical orbits with the sun at one of their foci. And then second law. We also learnt about the second law in previous video. What is called second law? The second law is also called as the law of equal areas. Second law is also called as the law of equal areas. The line connecting the planet and the sun covers equal areas in equal intervals of time. The line connecting the planet and the sun covers equal areas in equal intervals of time. And then we learnt about the third law. The third law is also called as the law of harmonies. The law of harmonies states that the square of time period of revolution of a planet around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of the distance between sun and the planets. The square of time period of revolution of a planet around the sun is directly proportional to the cube of the distance between Sun and the planets. Time t is directly proportional to the distance, cube of the distance between Sun and the planets. Now, let us go to today's topic, International Space Station. What is called International Space Station? ISS is a large spacecraft which can house astronauts. It is a large spacecraft. See this diagram. It is a large spacecraft. It goes around in low Earth orbit. Where it goes? In low Earth orbit at approximately 400 kilometer distance. At what distance it moves? At 400 kilometer. And it is also called as science laboratory. Its very first part was placed in orbit in 1998. So which year? It was placed in orbit in 1998 and its core construction was completed by 2011. It was completed by 2011. So International Space Station is a large spacecraft and it goes only around the low Earth orbit and it moves for 400 kilometer distance and it is also called as a science laboratory. Its first part was placed in orbit in 1998 and its construction was completed only at 2011. It is the largest man-made object in space and ISS is the largest man-made object and only we can see from the Earth through the naked eye. We can also be seen from the Earth through the naked eye. The first human crew went to the ISS in 2000. It has never been unoccupied by humans. So the first human crew means set of peoples, went to the ISS in 2000. At any given instant, at least 6 humans will be present in the ISS. So the 6 humans always present in the ISS. According to the current plan, ISS will be operated until 2024 with a possible extension until 2028. So the plan was made as it will be operated until 2024. If there is any possibility, the year can be extended up to 2028. So the International Space Station is a modular space station in low Earth orbit. It is a multinational collaborative project involving 5 participation space agencies: NASA, United States, Roscosmos, Russia, JAXA, ESA and CSA. So the ownership and use of the space station is established by intergovernmental treaties and agreements. This station serves as a microgravity and space environment research laboratory in which scientific research is conducted in astrobiology, astronomy, meteorology, physics and other fields. It is suited for testing the spacecraft systems and equipment required for possible future long duration missions to the Moon and Mars. This ISS program evolved from the Space Station Freedom, an American proposal which was conceived in 1984 to construct a permanently manned Earth orbiting station. The ISS is the 9th space station to be inhabited by crews following the Soviet and later Russian Salyut, Almaz and Mir stations and the US Skylab. After that, it could be deorbited or recycled for future space stations. Benefits of ISS. Now let us see what are the benefits of ISS. The first benefit is supporting water purification efforts. What is the first benefit? Supporting water purification efforts. And then the second one, eye tracking technology. And the benefit of ISS is robotic arms and surgeries. So there are 3 benefits of ISS. According to NASA, some of the ways in which the ISS is already benefiting us. And the most important benefits are supporting water purification efforts, eye tracking technology and robotic arms and surgeries. Now first let us see the supporting water purification efforts. Using this technology developed for the ISS, areas having water scarcity can gain access to advanced water filtration and purification systems. So the water scarcity can gain to the advanced water filtration and purification system. This water recovery system and the oxygen generating system developed by the ISS already saved in a village in Iraq and being deserted due to lack of clean water. So how does it support the water purification efforts? Using the technology method. This technology method was developed by whom? ISS. In areas where having the water scarcity, there they have to gain the access to advanced, they have to set up water filtration and purification system. In this water recovery system, that is the WRS, and the oxygen generation system OGS developed by the ISS, all have already saved a village in Iraq from being deserted due to lack of clean water. And the next benefit is eye tracking technology. The eye tracking device built for a microgravity experiment has proved ideal to be used in many laser surgeries. It is proved in many laser surgeries. There are many types of advantages using eye tracking. This type of technology will have a big impact in computing. The advantages of eye tracking technology are: eye movement is faster than other current input media. No training or particular coordination is required for normal users, and determine where the user's interest is focused automatically. And also helpful for usability studies to understand users interact with their environments. And also this eye tracking technology is helping disabled people with limited movement and speech. For example, a kid who has severe disability in body movements can use this eye movements alone and do the routine task and lead an independent life. And some potential applications involved in eye tracking technology are eye gaze correction for video conferencing, and then maximizing controllers efficiency and minimizing dangers in air traffic displays, developing video games and graphics, marketing, research and e-commerce website development. Potentially could provide new and more effective methods of computer-human interaction. This eye tracking can tell whether users are looking at the screen, reading information or scanning information. It can also show the intensity of the user's attention and can determine whether a user is searching for scientific information. And then the next benefit is robotic arms and surgeries. What is called robotic arms and surgeries? Robotic arms developed for research in the ISS are providing significant help to the surgeons in removing inoperable tumors, example brain tumors, and taking biopsies with great accuracy. It is used only with great accuracy. So its inventors said that the robot could take biopsies with remarkable precision and consistency. This robotic surgery is a method to a robotic surgery using very small tools attached to a robotic arm. The surgeon controls the robotic arm with a computer. So what is robotic arm surgery? It is a method to perform surgery using very small tools attached to a robotic arm. The surgeon controls the robotic arm with a computer. The surgeon sits at a computer station and directs the movements of a robot. Small surgical tools are attached to the robot's arms. The surgeon makes small cuts to insert the instruments into your body. A thin tube with a camera attached to the end of it, and it allows the surgeon to view enlarged 3D images of our body as the surgery is taking place. The robot matches the doctor's hand movements to perform the procedure using the tiny instruments. So, the robotic arms and surgeries is a method to perform surgery using very small tools attached to a robotic arm. The surgeon controls the robotic arm with a computer. Apart from the above mentioned applications, there are many other ways in which the researchers that takes place in the ISS. They are development of improved vaccines, breast cancer detection and treatment, ultrasound machines for remote regions, etc. ISS and International Cooperation. The next topic is ISS and International Cooperation. As great as the ISS, that is International Space Station, scientific achievements are, no less in accomplishment is the international cooperation which resulted in the construction of the ISS. An international collaboration of 5 different space agencies of 16 countries provides, maintains and operates the ISS. So, what are they? They are NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA and CSA. So, NASA, USA. What is called NASA? National Aeronautic and Space Administration. The abbreviation for NASA is National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So, this NASA is an independent agency of the US federal government responsible for the civilian space program as well as aeronautics and space research. It was established in 1958. When it was established? It was established in 1958, succeeding the National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics, that is NACA, National Advisory Committee for Aeronautics. The new agency was to have a distinctly civilian orientation, encouraging peaceful applications in space science. NASA is supporting the International Space Station and is overseeing the development of the Orion spacecraft, the Space Launch System and commercial crew vehicles. So, what is NASA? National Aeronautics and Space Administration. And then the next one is Roscosmos, that is Russia. Roscosmos State Cooperation for Space Activities, commonly known as Roscosmos, originating from the Soviet space program, founded in the 1950. Roscosmos emerged following the dissolution of the Soviet Union in 1991. It initially began as the Russian Space Agency, which was established on February 25, 1992 and reconstructed in 1999 and 2004 as the Russian Aviation and Space Agency and the Federal Space Agency respectively. On February 22, 2019, Roscosmos announced the construction of its new headquarters in Moscow, the National Space Center. So, at which year? February 22, 2019, Roscosmos announced the construction of its new headquarters in Moscow. And the next one, ESA. What is ESA? European Space Agency. The abbreviation for ESA is European Space Agency. So, this ESA in its current form was founded with the ESA Convention in 1975. ESA had 10 founding member states. So, what are they? Belgium, Denmark, France, West Germany, Italy, Netherlands, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland and the United Kingdom. This signed the ESA Convention in 1975. In which year it was signed? In 1975, and deposited the instruments of ratification by 1980, when the convention came into force. This ESA collaborated with NASA on the international ultraviolet, the world's first high orbit telescope, which was launched in 1978 and operated successfully for 18 years. And then the next one is JAXA. JAXA, JAXA. What is called JAXA? The abbreviation is Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. JAXA means Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. So the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency is the Japanese National Aerospace and Space Agency. Through the merger of three previously independent organizations, JAXA was formed on 1 October 2003. When it was formed, October 1, 2003. It is responsible for research, technology development and launch of satellites into orbit. And it is involved in many more advanced missions such as asteroid exploration and possible human exploration of the moon. The next country is CSA, Canada. That is Canadian Space Agency. CSA means Canadian Space Agency. It is the National Space Agency of Canada and it is established in 1990 by the Canadian Space Agency Act. When it was established? 1990 by the Canadian Space Agency Act. The agency is responsible to the Minister of Innovation, Science and Economic Development. The mandate of the Canadian Space Agency is to promote the peaceful use and development of space, to advance the knowledge of space through science, and to ensure that space science and technology provide social and economic benefits for Canadians. The Canadian Space is committed to leading the development and application of space knowledge for the benefit of Canadians and humanity. So the international collaboration of 5 different space agencies of 16 countries provides, maintains and operates the ISS. So they are NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA and then CSA. Part of the consortium. So what are the part of a consortium? And also Belgium, Brazil, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Holland, Norway, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland and UK are also part of the consortium. That is, this country is also part of the International Space Station. So what are the parts of the consortium? Belgium, Brazil, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Holland, Norway, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland and UK. Now in this video we learned that what are the benefits of ISS. What are the benefits of ISS? Supporting water purification efforts, eye tracking technology and robotic arms and surgeries. And then international cooperation, that is ISS. In ISS we learnt about the 5 different space agencies: NASA, Roscosmos, ESA, JAXA and CSA, and also the part of the consortium in ISS. So what are the part of the consortium in ISS? Name the countries: Belgium, Brazil, Denmark, France, Germany, Italy, Holland, Norway, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland and UK. Thank you, students.